Capacity here in Charlotte, 24,042. Looks like they have their 11th sellout in their 16th home game. By the way, Charlotte 12-3 on the home court, tied with Miami for the second best home court record in the East. Pat Riley's Heat 20 up, 9 down. Here's who he'll start. Tim Hardaway, Vashawn Leonard. They have combined for over 100 triples already this year. Up front, Mash is back after missing the last two. He'll team with P.J. Brown on the front line, and they play alongside the one-time Hornet, now the spiritual leader of the Heat, Zoe, making his first trip back to Charlotte this year, only his third visit to Charlotte under the guidance of Pat Riley, who tonight seeks an 880th career win, and the Heat look for their longest winning streak to equal their longest winning streak this year at 4 in a row. Well, the Charlotte Hornets 18-11, fifth best in the East. They invested $55 million in those two free agents. That's their backcourt. Wesley, the former Celtic, Phils, the former Cavalier. Rice and Mason, pretty darn good duo up front, and they are in between the center. Former LA Laker, now in his 9th season, Vlade Divac. And Dave Cowens, runner-up to Pat Riley for NBA Coach of the Year last season, doing every bit as good a job this season for his Charlotte Hornets. 49-year-old Cowens, class of '70, Florida State. Our NBA officiating crew tonight, Steve Javie, Ted Bernhardt, and Sean Corbin. And you have all the necessary information at pregame. We're underway now. Well, the Heat seeking vengeance after losing 2 straight to the Hornets this year. First possession, Zoe fires over Mason, comes up short.
Mason, a very good post defender, and a guy who can match Zoe strength for strength.
How about this? Mash guarding Mason. That leaves PJ on Rice. Mace in the post, and illegal defense against Miami. On Charlotte's first trip, the Heat used their warning.
Teams do not defend Anthony Mason with a double team any longer. He has not shown the ability this year to finish at the basket, and he's a good passer, so they leave him straight up with his man.
Mason's having a good year, but all his numbers a little bit down from his sensational campaign last year. This is Divac, Zoe against the former Laker. And the jump hook twirls out. P.J. Brown with a rebound. Here comes Timmy, a scoreless game, a minute in. So Divac is defending P.J. Brown. Mason on Zoe. Leonard sizes one up and knocks in the jumper.
Nice move by Leonard. He did not have much shooting space against Bobby Phils, but enough to catch square and shoot.
A good sign for Vashawn, who had made just 6 of 21 shots in the first 2 games these clubs played. So Miami on the scoreboard first tonight. Mash giving Rice no breathing room. Rice able to maneuver past Mash, but Mash comes up with a rebound. Minute 30 in, 2-0 Miami. Leonard off the dribble by Phils and through. Leonard open 3. Courtesy of a beautiful look from Mashburn, Vashawn Leonard with 5 points. Here in the early going, he scored all of Miami's points. Leonard with his 53rd triple extends the Heat streak to a 323rd game in a row with at least 1 3. So the Heat jump in front here in the early 2 minutes. 3 on the shot clock. Mason unloads.
Mason with that fall away one-hander. Not a high percentage shooter from that distance. Oh, great cut.
Nice pass by Zoe to the cutting Leonard, and the blocking foul is against Bobby Phils. No, check it, David Wesley.
Pat Riley signaling. You see him rub his hands on the sideline. That's a rub off for Mash from the ball side to the weak side. He's got position.
Nice look in the Mashburn. David Wesley knocking it free. Mash recovers, and Mason winds up with it. 5-2 Heat. 9.5 left first quarter. Anthony Mason, who spent 5 years with the Nets, missed the dunk but drew the foul. And the Mason P.J. Brown battle, one they have staged many times before. Of course, PJ 3 years with the Nets. They bumped heads many nights ago.
Watch Mason turn the corner and go hard to the rim. He hurt his hand. Looked like he hit his wrist on the rim with the right hand attempt to throw it down. Mason left-handed, so it won't affect his shooting hand. With a very unique free throw style. And as you saw by the percentage, not too successful.
Yes, unique doesn't translate to good in this situation. Mace, who played for Pat Riley in New York for 4 seasons, has Charlotte's first 3 points tonight. Leonard has all 5 for Miami in the zone. At the moment, single coverage. Zoe comes middle. If he can do that, he'll have a big, big night.
Yes, indeed. Power move. He's bigger than Anthony Mason and has great post presence.
4-point Heat lead. Wesley down the lane for the runner. Wesley comes up with a rebound, but not for long. At last touch by the Heat. David Wesley, feisty little guard. He had 21 first quarter points Monday night at Houston, finished up with 32.
He has explosive speed on the penetration.
And Wesley threw it away. Divac didn't see it coming. The Heat have a 4-on-2 break. So right past Wesley for the easy Miami score.
Now, if there's a flaw in David Wesley's game, it's his decision making with the pass. And we just saw an illustration of that as he passed directly to P.J. Brown.
Good start for Miami. 8.5 left first quarter. Rice a triple. Yes. G-Money. His 41st 3 of the year. His first field goal tonight. Rice averaging 22 points a game. P.J. missing the short hook, but tracking it down. Here's Mash. Open triple. Short. And so runs it down for Miami. He lost the rebound battle both times they played Charlotte. Leonard, a 3. And finally, Divac grabbing the rebound for Charlotte. Heat lead by 3. Just under 8 minutes left first quarter. Wesley gets it to Divac. Vlade missed the jumper, but Mason underneath as the offensive board, and a fresh 24 now for Charlotte. No double on Mason. The fadeaway. Right there.
He's got 2 of them to go. But I don't think the Heat will double team him nonetheless, Eric. It'll be interesting to see what his end of the game stats are.
Well, Pat Riley knows Anthony Mason as well as anyone. Mason with 5 points, 5 of Charlotte's 8. Mash in the post. Oh my.
Oh, he should have shot that one. He had David Wesley switched onto him. Good spot for Mash's fadeaway jumper. He tried to find the open man.
Results in the Heat's first turnover tonight. 5 minutes in, Rice puts it on the floor and draws the foul on Jamal Mashburn. Mash's first, the Heat's second. Not a shooting foul, should be a side out of bounds for Charlotte.
In the early going, Mash doesn't seem to have his legs yet.
Here's Wesley, got the step. Nice set up for the Divac dunk.
Great penetration. A little behind the back pass from David Wesley.
A 7-0 run for Charlotte. They get their first lead of the night. And in the post, an offensive foul on Alonzo Mourning. And we get a timeout. 6:42 left here in the first quarter with the score Charlotte 10 and Miami 9. Here's a word from Southwest Airlines.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Hornets by 1, that time remaining in the first. Vlade Divac setting a screen. David Wesley comes off and then throws the interception. The Heat get a fast break out of that.
But the Hornets have scored the last 7 points in this game, and Jack Anthony Mason off to a good start. 5 points, 3 rebounds against the Heat, and the Hornets have their first lead of this game.
And he's doing more than holding his own, defending Alonzo Mourning at the post.
Oh, nice defense by Nash, hopping over the top of Glenn Rice and drawing the foul on Bobby Phills. First on Phills, second team foul on the Hornets. Your early shooting, Miami 4 out of 9, Charlotte 4 out of 8. Leonard has 5, Mourning has 4. That takes care of the Heat scoring. Hardaway draws 2 defenders. PJ maneuvering on Divac. So against the 2 guards, fires up the jumper. PJ sweeps it out, but right to David Wesley. So the Heat have hit a cold spell. Phil's on the pull-up. Book it. 9 straight points for Charlotte. They lead by 3.
Good defense, and Bobby Phills taking the shot under very good control.
PJ sets the screen, does not rub Phil's off. Leonard to the lane. Leonard got hammered, no call. 8 on the 24. So to the win for 2. Alonzo Mourning already 3 field goals in 5 tries. So he has 6, and that ends the Charlotte scoring run at 9 straight points. And that's a hold on Vashawn Leonard. Leonard picks up his first, the 3rd team foul on Miami.
Jamal Mashburn is running stride for stride with Glenn Rice to keep him from getting an open look.
Rice has taken 2 shots, made 1. He'd come up with a turnover. Here's Leonard driving on Divac. Oh, what a play, but it won't count. Steve Javy says offensive foul on Vashawn.
Now Vashawn led with his right. He went right at Divac. Let's watch Vashawn. Watch his right arm. Does he fend off? Yes. Good call.
Dan Marley into the game, and Leonard sits down. He scored the Heat's first 5 points, but then picked up 2 fouls. Wesley hit an open jumper. Hardaway tripped, trying to get over a screen to cover him.
Little forearm shiver too by Wesley helped free him up.
14-11, Charlotte by 3. Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. PJ wants it against Rice. Mash dribbling with Divac and throws it away. Phil's on a lead for Rice. Rice on the pull. That's confidence.
Oh yeah, and that's Glenn Rice's game. He'd rather shoot the 3 than the layup, and he's probably just as accurate from there.
Charlotte's biggest lead of this first quarter. They've done it with a 13-2 run. After the Heat had gotten off to a 9-3 lead. Here's Hardaway. His first shot rims out. Nash has it come right back to him, and his layup sticks.
And P.J. Brown kept that ball alive just enough so that Nash could get that putback score.
Helter-skelter start between the Heat and the Hornets. 3rd of 4 meetings this year. And an offensive foul charged to Charlotte. This is on Glenn Rice. His first foul tonight. Heat already with 4 turnovers. Charlotte also with 4 as Keith Askins comes into the game and Jamal Mashburn walks off to the Heat bench. Askins coming off a very strong game at Cleveland Tuesday. He had 8 points and 3 rebounds and went 3 of 3 from the field. Under 4 minutes left, first quarter. So bumping, spinning baseline.
I love that one. Alonzo Mourning taking him into the lane, drop stepping for the easy lay-in. I think Zoe can do that a lot against the way he's being defended by many teams.
And Jack, if he does that a lot, it will render Zoe virtually unguardable.
Indeed.
3.5 minutes left first quarter. Heat trail by 1. Mason bumping with PJ, who holds his ground. Out it comes to Divac. That's what makes them tough. The inside-outside attack. Vlade has 4. Hornets by 3. Charlotte has made 8 of their first 12 shots. Marley, a corner 3 over Rice. Zoe on the tip. Zoe still battling, and the foul will be on Charlotte. And it is on Vlade, his first. And the third team foul against Charlotte. The Hornets make their first change. Bobby Phills goes out. Del Curry comes in. And the Heat take a timeout.
And you see Alonzo Mourning getting enough of a piece of that ball to keep it alive. A foul on Divac.
Just over 3 minutes to play here in the first. And Zoe having his way with his old team, already with 8 points for Miami.
You're into the game. Get into the gear. Have you heard about Nothing But Hoops? It's the official catalog of the NBA. You can get NBA Authentics. That's the same stuff players wear. Hey, it might even help your game. Get the coolest stuff from any team, anytime, anywhere. Even WNBA stuff. What more could you ask for? For your free Nothing But Hoops catalog, call 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. I love this stuff.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch.
What do you want?
Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills, raised Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Just start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivers. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The biggest stars as they soar into the night.
We hit the stage to watch the NBA play. On the cross Broadway. I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game.
Heat trail by 3, that time remaining in the first. Freeze it right there. We talk about drop step. That means that step goes into the basket area right there. And Zoe with easy inside position, left hand jump hook. He can get a ton of those, Eric.
Yeah, Jack, that's taking what the defense gives you rather than trying to force it to the middle. So if Zoe can mix it up like that, my goodness, people are really going to have problems defending Miami's big man. Hornet over Divac, draws a foul on Vlade. This is playing well for Mourning here in the first quarter. 2 fouls on Divac, and Mourning will go to the free throw line with 8 points already. Don't forget, Heat fans, your club back in their own house tomorrow night against the San Antonio Spurs, who feature David Robinson and the top pick in the college draft, Tim Duncan. Don't forget the Heat and the Spurs tomorrow night, 7:30. Good seats still available by calling Ticketmaster or visiting the Miami Arena box office. What a schedule for the Heat. Charlotte tonight, Spurs tomorrow, and then a team named the Chicago Bulls. I think you've heard of them, in the Heat's house on Wednesday night. And then the Heat go away for their 10-day, 5-game West Coast trip.
The NBA life of challenges, one after another. No easy road.
And Alonzo Mourning continues along at a 50% clip from the free throw line. Mourning has 9 of the Heat's 16, though, and the lead is 2 for Charlotte.
Getting great opportunities so far in this game.
J.R. Reed in the game for the Hornets, who launches and hits. They have gotten a lot of mileage off their bench, Jack. Charlotte gets 30 points a night from their reserves.
Yep. Better than 3 points a game improvement.
Oh, what a pass!
And pass. Dan Marley with the backdoor cut from the top of the circle. Zoe with a pass right on the money.
Each shooting 50%, but Charlotte at 69%. They're 9 of 13. And Rice on the miss. Reed on the rebound. Fresh shot clock for the Hornets. J.R. Reed missing short. PJ with a rebound. So the Heat look to tie it up. A 3 would give them the lead. Here's Zoe open from the wing. Kaboom.
Nice.
11 for Zoe here in the first quarter.
Nicely set up by Dan Marley. Short dribble, draw the defender, find the open man.
I believe we have 20/20 vision here at the Coliseum in Charlotte. Delighted you're with us tonight, a Friday night with the Heat here on UPN. Minute 33 left first quarter. Mason against Mourning. 4 on the shot clock. And Marley comes up with a rebound. Thunder Dan continues to play very well for the Heat. Tim Hardaway, just 1 shot taken so far. Nice pass to PJ against Wesley. That's set up to perfection.
Excellent play. Hornets switching on a screen and roll play. Left PJ against the much smaller David Wesley. Tim Hardaway, pass again right on the money.
Miami goes from 5 down to 2 in front with 6 straight points. So with a block of Del Curry and out of bounds off of the Heat. With under a minute left in the first and only 9 left on the shot clock for Charlotte.
Eric, quick look at Alonzo Mourning making this pass to Dan Marley right down the gut. And Marley with the backhand layup.
Alonzo Mourning 5 of 7 from the field for 11 points. He comes out of the game now for Ike Austin. Pat Riley doesn't want Zoe getting a foul here in the final minute of this first quarter. Get him a rest. And Matt Geiger comes on for Charlotte, the one-time Heat backup center. Sits down Anthony Mason, who goes to the bench with 5 points for Charlotte and 4 boards. And Askins in traffic with the rebound. He'd have scored the last 6 points to take this 2-point lead. Ike with the inside rail on Geiger, and he draws a foul. Another beautiful entry live from Tim Hardaway.
Indeed. And that's a great play by Austin. Very hard to catch and shoot under control when you know the weak side guy is going to come and hammer you. Watch Austin with the catch, collects himself right in the basket area, and then draws the hit from J.R. Reed.
The Heat flirting with problems with their free throw shooting. They were outscored from the foul line in Cleveland 18-6. Outshot 22-13. When you get there, gotta capitalize. 7 straight points for the Heat. They lead by 3. Rice double team.
Good play, Austin.
Wesley finds Reed, and a 3-second violation on Matt Geiger in Charlotte. So the Heat get it back, leading by 3.
Heat defense really tightening up. Hornets having trouble getting to the open man. Getting a 3-second call. Now a trap by the Hornets.
PJ finds Thunder Dan. He can take the final shot here in the first quarter.
They'll probably double Hardaway rather than let him isolate. Here comes Geiger.
5 on the shot clock. Ike in a hurry, hoists. And the first quarter comes to a close. Charlotte shot 50%, Miami 53%. And Alonzo Mourning coming back to Charlotte for just the 3rd time since the Hornets traded him to Miami. And Zoe wreaking havoc. He already has 11 points for the Heat, who lead the Hornets by 3 after 1 quarter.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch.
What do you want?
Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills raise Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Just start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivers. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on direct ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on direct ticket, only on DirecTV.
You've only got a minute. It takes two of you to win it. Kids get on the mission. NBA two-ball competition. Boys and girls can shoot around until the clock runs down. They're playing two-ball. Tell me, can you hear it? Two-ball. That's the sound of two-team spirit. Two-ball. Tell me, can you hear it?
NBA 2-ball coming in January.
Heat by 3 as we start the second. Two-man play. P.J. Brown comes over. Hardaway comes off. The Hornets switch on the play. Leaves Wesley with Brown. Hardaway enters. P.J. lays it in. Nicely executed. Back to live action as we start the second period.
And there's a look at your Lexus first quarter stats. Both clubs shooting well. Charlotte 5 turnovers. Miami 4. Rebounds were even at 8. Lonzo Mourning led the Heat with 11. Rice and Mason 5 apiece for Charlotte. With Dr. Jack, I'm Eric Reed. Happy to have you with us. A Friday night here at the Charlotte Coliseum. These two clubs have battled evenly through 10 years. The Heat lifetime 17 and 16 against the Hornets. This is B.J. Armstrong watching it hitting.
No space. No space. B.J. Armstrong shot it anyway.
Armstrong acquired from Golden State back in early November for Muggsy Bogues and Tony Delk. B.J. best known for his part in 3 Chicago Bulls championships. Heat lead by 1. Open jumper for Ike. Gave it up unselfishly to P.J. for the layup.
Nicely executed all the way through. Ike left open, but not as open as P.J. right at the hoop.
4 points for P.J. 3-point lead for Miami. Minute into the second. J.R. Reed into the lane. Blocked by Ike. Gobbled up by P.J. Both ends of the court, the Heat enjoying success so far tonight. Hardaway just 1 shot, no field goals in the first quarter. P.J. has it rattle out to Matt Geiger. Here comes Armstrong. J.R. Reed. Incredible. He's knocked in a couple of long jumpers. Here's Ike back the other way. Caught underneath the hoop. But Sean Corbin calls the foul on Reed, his second.
I like the tempo of this game. Let's watch that last play between Ike Austin and P.J. Brown. Ike getting that ball there, appears to take the jump shot, but finds P.J. all by himself at the hoop.
P.J. Brown comes out of the game now with his 4 points and 4 rebounds. Keith Askins is back, so is Zoe and Eric Murdoch into the game as well. And Vlade Divac will come back now for Charlotte, and he will sit down. The 8-year veteran from North Carolina who spent some of last season in New York and some of it in France.
And while in France, he acquired that jump shot facing the basket. He didn't have that when he first came in the league.
Ike Austin, all 3 of his points from the stripe. Heat by 3. Del Curry double teamed and he lost the ball. Good defense by Murdoch and Askins. The 6th turnover on Charlotte. Look at the position for Zoe. But it rolls off to Matt Geiger. That's a great place for Zoe to start his work, however. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Heat by 3. Phil's through the meat grinder called a lane. Phil's short, and Marley has the board for Miami. A delayed call, but a good one from Ted Bernhardt. A travel on Ike Austin, who got it in a tough spot. Open court and a dead run.
Well, tough turnover for the Heat, who had a transition opportunity. But the Heat defense, Murdoch, of course, always his ever-present self.
Battle of Twin Towers, Geiger and Divac, Austin and Mourning. Geiger off the window to Zoe. Just the 2nd rebound for Alonzo tonight. Murdoch against B.J. Armstrong. Heat want to get it to Morning. 10 to shoot. Zoe sets up Vlade, comes driving in. I'll tell you what, Jack, Zoe is really mixing up his game very well.
This is the best he's done all season, Eric. He's given him the jump shot, the drive to the basket, the reverse dribble, and the power move. He's shown the whole arsenal of his weapons tonight.
Alonzo Mourning goes to the free throw line with 11 points. It was May 5th, 1993, when Zoe capped his rookie year with a jump shot with 0.4 of a second left against Boston in the first round of the playoffs. Magical moment for Zoe. It gave Charlotte the win, and as a rookie, he sent the Hornets into the second round for the first time ever.
And I think that's when Zoe first had back problems, and those guys all piled on him there.
Zoe missed the second, out of bounds off Ike. So Alonzo Mourning with 12 points tonight. And the Heat leading it 28-24. They will never forget Mourning here in Charlotte. He's still their all-time leading shot blocker. A guy they thought they were going to build their franchise around. But lo and behold, the blockbuster trade November 3 years ago. 3 minutes in, second quarter. Heat leading it by 4.
Look at Haskins and Rice battle for position inside.
Very diligent defensive effort for Miami. Hornets can't even find the shot. And that will not count. 24-second violation. Jack, the Heat defense outstanding.
Oh, it is just, well, you've got 3 great defenders on the floor. Murdoch, Haskins, and Marley. Great individual and help defenders, and their hands are all over the place.
Hornets have already committed 7 turnovers. Double team on Zoe. Pitches out to Keith. 5 to shoot. Ike maneuvers inside. What a move by Ike Austin.
Excellent. Against Glenn Rice, the Hornets doing a lot of switching on the baseline, and Austin used good footwork to get all the way to the rim.
Ike has 5 points here in the first half, which is a plus. You need a good game from Ike against this Charlotte team.
Haskins, what a great job he's doing on Rice.
Geiger over Zoe.
Good night, Geiger.
At Geiger, like Vlade Divac, they'll both be free agents at the end of the season. Geiger averaging 8 points a game. That's his first 2.
Boy, Mason really cracking Alonzo Mourning hard in the post area.
8 on the shot clock. Thunder Dan lets one rip, and a triple is his. The second 3 made by the Heat tonight, the first for Thunder Dan. He has 5 points. The Heat lead it by 7. This is Miami's biggest lead of the game. Geiger out to Phils, and Bobby Phils throws it away. Murdoch with the steal. Murdoch changing directions, and Armstrong stole it back. Here's Phils, the pull-up. He lost control of it, and Murdoch runs it down. Helter-skelter sequence with a Heat up 7. A little more than 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Ike in the post against Mason.
Single coverage.
Great Ike. Look at those moves. Whoa. Mason with his 5th rebound. Lead still 7 for Miami. Mason threw it away. The 9th Charlotte turnover. Thunder Dan for 3.
Oh, that's big. That is big, and Dave Cowens is going to take a timeout. The Heat defense has been outstanding.
And the Heat defense forcing 9 Charlotte turnovers, and the bomb squad working for Miami. Nobody makes more triples per game than these Miami Heat, averaging nearly 7 threes a contest. And the night the threes falling already, they've already hit 3 out of 6.
Offense from defense. Works every time.
Well, the number 10. Hands raised. The Heat lead it by 10. Timeout to the Hornets.
250 years into the future.
Any survivors?
The world is on the edge of destruction.
Do you understand Big Trouble?
And the only way to save it
Me? Protect you?
Okay.
is to find the fifth element. Bruce Willis.
Hold on!
The Fifth Element.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
White lies.
Tell them it's in the mail. I ran out of gas. You losing a little weight?
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over? I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding!
Jim Carrey.
Like the dress?
Whatever it takes to focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
It starts with a whisper.
And we're going to cover the whole area
Some
today.
heed the call, but it speaks to all of us. It's about our towns, our cities, our lives. It's about what we can do for tomorrow. It's about pitching in, giving back, and getting it done. And soon that whisper will become a chorus, and its voice will be heard. We will make a difference. Volunteer to improve your community.
The NBA on UPN tonight from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Eric Reed with Dr. Jack Ramsey. Happy New Year, Heat fans. So far tonight, Jack, the Heat with 9 points off 9 Charlotte turnovers, and the suffocating defense continues. Rice turns and misses a tough shot. Murdoch grabs a rebound.
And Marley bodying up against Rice. Rashawn Leonard back on the floor in place of Keith Askins now.
Pat Riley keeping his troops fresh. Alonzo Mourning leading all scorers with 12. Mason and Rice 5 each for Charlotte, and Thunder Dan missing a triple. PJ.
Side PJ.
PJ Brown, one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA this year. He's in the top 15, nearly 4 offensive boards a night. And that ball last touched by Murdoch. So the Heat turn it over for the 7th time. Miami shooting 52%. The turnover's the only thing that's held them back.
Murdoch on a back cut, got a nice pass from Mike Austin, but just couldn't handle it.
This 10-point lead represents the largest lead for either team so far. Curry comes in unimpeded.
Pretty good give-and-go play between Curry and Geiger.
Hornets have 8 points off their bench from 4 different scorers. 5.5 minutes left in this first half. That's 8 total points off their bench. Oh, what a lob. Leonard into Ike. The left-handed hook spun out, but it's tipped in by the big tipper.
PJ. Good move by Ike. That ball just rolled off the rim. PJ with the answer.
6 points, 6 boards for PJ Brown. The Heat by 10 again. 38-28. Murdoch on Rice. The double comes. And back out to G-Money for 3.
Rice, anytime he gets a square look at it, he's high percentage.
Yeah, he's 3rd in NBA history with 3-point field goals. 1,128, trails only Dale Ellis and Reggie Miller. And already 2 triples tonight for Rice. So the lead is 7. Ike on the turnaround. And Del Curry brings it down. This is B.J. Armstrong. Nice pass.
Ike Austin was too slow getting back after he missed that shot in the basket area. Mason gets open on the run all the way at the hoop.
And that is what has given the Heat big problems in their 2 previous meetings with Charlotte. Transition defense off a miss. The Hornets will make you pay. Timeout to the Heat. 4:16 left here in the first half, where the Heat lead here in Charlotte by 5.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch. What do you want? Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills raised Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Just start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivered. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You've only got a minute. It takes two of you to win it. Kids get on the mission. The NBA two-ball competition. Boys and girls can shoot around until the clock runs down. They're playing two-ball. Tell me, can you hear it? Two-ball. That's the sound of two-team spirit. Two-ball. Tell me, can you hear it?
NBA 2-Ball, coming in January.
There we go.
Thanks, Dave. Looking forward to another halftime show with Dave Lamont and Easy Ed Pinckney. Welcome back to Charlotte, North Carolina. 4:13 left, second quarter. Tim Hardaway still looking for his first points of this game. He's only taken one shot. Shot will have to come quickly here. You see the shot clock winding down. Marley out to Leonard for three. And another offensive rebound for PJ. His work on the offensive board has been incredible. 4 of his 7 rebounds tonight off the offensive glass. And Jack, that gives your team new life every time you can recycle it with your own hard work. 8 to shoot. And the body check foul on BJ Armstrong, his first. And team foul number 3 on the Hornets. The Heat have yet to pick up a team foul here in the second quarter.
Tim Hardaway knows that he can post up BJ Armstrong. BJ a little bit taller than PJ, but not as strong.
Hornets shooting 52% in this game with 9 turnovers. Miami 48% with 7 turnovers. As David Wesley comes on for BJ Armstrong. Tim Hardaway and David Wesley, they each have 3 assists, and Wesley with 2 points, Hardaway with none. And an offensive foul on Alonzo Mourning. That is number 2 on Zoe. And both have been offensive fouls.
Yep. He and Mason are really being very, very physical with one another.
Right now the Hornets are on a 7-2 run. The Heat led by 10 twice in this quarter. Shot clock at 6. Rice along 2. Oh, brother. We've seen it so many nights before. And we're seeing it again tonight. Glenn Rice with 10 here in the first half for Charlotte.
He took Marley in and then snapped him out toward the sideline just to get open.
Rice with a rebound. So 7 straight points for Charlotte, and altogether a 9-2 run. And the Heat lead is only 3. Mason against Brown. And Mason whirling right in BJ's face, not happy with the defensive resistance. And BJ stoically holding his ground. Foul is against BJ.
Mason trying to spin baseline right here. He didn't expect PJ to back down, did he?
Marley out, Askins in. That foul on PJ was his second. Anthony Mason, believe it or not, at the end of each game holds a prayer meeting at center court, and more players are joining him from both teams. Glenn Rice called for steps. The 10th first half turnover charged to Charlotte. Lead for the Heat is 3 at 38-35 with 2.5 minutes left, and basically a very evenly played first half.
Yeah, very tough defense being played by both teams.
Heat defense has been very impressive in stretches, yet Charlotte still shooting 53%, which is a little scary. Zoe comes middle, the fadeaway short. Offensive rebound bouncing to Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway, just 2 shots taken, none made. Perfect lob for Zoe, and a foul on Geiger. First on Geiger, 4th team foul on Charlotte. 2 free throws ahead for Alonzo.
Let's watch the battle between Mason and Mourning. Mason trying to front, so you see Matt Geiger's feet in the lane. He was defending P.J. Brown. Brown went to the top, and you saw Geiger's feet disappear. And then Geiger had to come back from the top of the circle in order to try and stop the play and committed the foul.
In your coaching days, how difficult is it to sit there and watch your team be inconsistent and not as effective as you'd like from the free throw line?
Yeah, that's a tough one, Eric, because it's all psychological. All of these guys have a good shooting touch. You see Zoe getting that one up and over the rim this time.
Zoe is 3 out of 6 from the foul line, leads the Heat with 13 points. Heat by 4. Leonard and Askins both got their hands on it. But the Hornets will keep with just under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Dave Cowens will use his 22nd timeout. Dave Cowens, a man who was named a year ago one of the top 50 players in NBA history, already in the Hall of Fame as a player. An 11-year playing career, 10 of those years with Boston. Averaged 18 points, nearly 14 rebounds a game. A member of 2 Celtic championship teams.
Well, what a battler he was, Eric. Outsized by many postmen, he nonetheless at least played them even because of his great hustle. I can still remember Cowens on a flat-out dive for the ball going out of bounds, taking anyone in his path right through the seats at the side court, going after his 100th win as a coach tonight.
Yes, he is 99 and 80 as an NBA head coach. He was a player coach for 1 year for the Boston Celtics back in the 78-79 campaign. And we get a whistle. Steve Javie trying to clean up the play in the post. Keith Askins call for the push on Glenn Rice. I'll tell you what, Keith Askins and Glenn Rice used to go after it hammer and tong in daily Heat practice sessions. They would be matched up against one another, and I think it helped both. Second team foul on Miami. Actually, the 4th team foul on the Heat. And another turnover to Charlotte. Rice leading Reed a bit too far. 11 turnovers to the Hornets here in the first half.
Yeah, that's a high number for the Hornets, who average about 15.5 a game.
Tim Hardaway, a scoreless first half tonight. Leonard thought about 3, drives in for the runner. Beautiful shot by Foe.
Great control by Rashawn Leonard, who went in the air expecting Mourning to be open, and when the defense collapsed on Mourning, he lofted home that soft.
7 points for Leonard. Here's Curry trying to answer back with a 3, kissing the rim and then skipping out to J.R. Reed. Curry will try again. You don't see him miss 2 straight that often. Timmy on the run. Hardaway crossing over to the goal, and he'll try to get his first points tonight from the free throw line. David Wesley picking up his 2nd personal foul.
Watch Hardaway with this crossover dribble. Patented move. He gets by David Wesley, gets all the way to the rim, misses that layup. Another look at the same play. Hardaway, explosive moves, strong to the hoop,
but still scoreless in this game. The Heat from the free throw line are 6 out of 11. Ike Austin comes on. Alonzo Mourning to the bench with 13 points and a couple of fouls. And Tim Hardaway does collect his first point of this game with 1:03 to go in the first half. Timmy does have 4 assists, and the Heat do lead by 7 points. Rice shoots over Hardaway. Ike Austin hugs the rebound. And with under a minute left, Heat operate with a 7-point lead.
Isolation.
Into the paint.
Oh, that's a great play.
Not going to be denied on that trip.
Oh, my. His ability to go up and over or around bigger players is spectacular.
He'd have scored the last 6 points.
The Hornets are going to hold for 1, which means that the Heat will have a shot regardless of what happens here.
3 on the shot clock. J.R. Reed delivers. Mason with a rebound. Mason rolls it in. 9 points for Anthony Mason, and he's done it with 6 rebounds as well. Hardaway, a deep dribble. TJ will not count. E.J. Brown grabbing his 9th rebound as the first half comes to a close. Uneven for the Hornets. They shoot 49%, but turn it over 11 times. And for Pat Riley, I'm sure it stretches. He loved the defense and the 13 points for Mourning. And Jack, when you look at the board, only 37 points here in the first half for the Hornets.
Yeah, that's speaks of good defense, Eric. And the Heat hoping that they'll get a little better execution of the offense in the second half and make a higher percentage of the free throws.
And hoping, of course, to get a little more from the Pitt Bull point guard.
Well, he gets by David Wesley. That's J.R. Reed who came over. He had already gotten past Anthony Mason. It matters not to Tim Hardaway. Just get me to the goal in time.
Tim Hardaway's lone field goal the first half. Heat by 7 halfway through. The NBA on UPN will continue with your halftime show from the studio next.
This is NBA action.
All right, here we go. Look out! Oh, my goodness! Post up! Oh, my, baby. Oh, baby! Monkey! Unbelievable! Hill with the explosion! In your face, Admiral. Check him out.
We tip off this week's show by taking you into the action in the Eastern Conference with those red-hot Chicago Bulls. The Bulls-Lakers matchup featured the game's greatest player and his heir apparent. Kobe Bryant scored a career-high 33 points, but this night belonged to the Bulls.
That was a classic Michael Jordan move.
MJ finished with 36 points as Chicago cruised to victory. Next, the Bulls traveled to New Jersey for a date with the upset-minded Nets. But early on, his airness just couldn't be stopped.
Finish, Michael Jordan.
The Nets managed to take the lead briefly in the third quarter. But Michael's all-around brilliance led the Bulls to their 4th straight victory.
Jordan, the catch, release, and the foul.
This is a big step to put together a string of wins, putting a streak together. We haven't been able to get past 3 or 4. So, now we're starting to put together, the type of wins that we need.
Larry Bird's Pacers have a winning streak of their own. And against New York, it was an ex-Knick, Mark Jackson, who burned his former club.
Here, Jackson all the way in, yes!
Indiana's 8-point win was their 4th in a row. Next up were the new and improved Detroit Pistons, sporting their recently acquired shooting guard, Jerry Stackhouse.
Great move by Jerry Stackhouse.
Stackhouse scored 19 fourth-quarter points, but Indiana won the game. The Pacers' next challenge would be Ronnie Cycli and the Orlando Magic. And early on, Indiana had no answer for Cycli, who dominated the paint.
The follow by Ronnie is good.
Ronnie's scoring led the Magic to an early lead. But the Pacers pulled ahead in the second half behind clever passing by Mark Jackson.
Nice pass from Jackson. Did you see that?
Chuck Daly's Magic couldn't stop the Pacers' balanced attack, and Indiana held on to run its winning streak to 6 games.
Rick calmly drills the right-hand hook.
And even though Orlando came back from a 17-point fourth-quarter deficit, the Pacers prevailed.
We got a great group of guys that enjoy one another, that only care about winning. And they're willing to sacrifice, and that's rare. So we just want to enjoy it and continue to work hard every single day and get better, and we'll be there at the end.
With a recent tear, the Pacers are in second place in the Central Division, right behind the Atlanta Hawks. The Bulls have moved into a 3-way tie for third with the Hornets and Cavs. They're followed by the Detroit Pistons, Milwaukee Bucks, and Toronto Raptors. Now let's take you back into the action in the Atlantic, where the Washington Wizards look to upset the division-leading Miami Heat. It was Washington's Rod Strickland against Miami's Tim Hardaway in a matchup of top point guards. and Strickland would take command.
What a move by Strickland. Oh, what a shot!
Rod had 21 points and 8 assists in the Washington victory. After a win over Charlotte, the Wizards faced Damon Stoudemire and the Raptors. But with the score tied in the final seconds, Toronto let a golden opportunity slip through their hands.
Boy, that was a big one.
Now it was Strickland and the Wizards who would have one last shot.
Turns, fakes, up, no good. Tipped by Weber in the buzzer. He got it. The Wizards win.
Chris Webber scored 28 points in Washington's dramatic win. And they carried the momentum into Milwaukee, where they made it a long night for Coach Chris Ford. The Wizards blew out the Bucks by 31 for their 5th straight win. Washington's surge has moved them to the 500 mark. They're now tied with the Celtics for 5th place in the Atlantic. The Miami Heat are still on top, with the New York Knicks and Orlando Magic tied for 2nd, followed by New Jersey. Now it's time to log on to NBA.com, where we check out a major trade. As we just saw, Detroit's Jerry Stackhouse is making an immediate impact with his new team. After 2 years in Philadelphia, he's excited about the Pistons' future.
We have Grant Hill and Joe Dumars. I'm looking forward to vibing with those guys, and there's a lot of tradition here, and hopefully we can continue to bring that back.
Center Eric Montross, who's played on 5 different teams in his 4-year career, was also sent packing to the Detroit Pistons. In return, the Philadelphia 76ers received shooting guard Aaron McKee and versatile big man Theo Ratliff, who's looking forward to being a power in the paint for the Sixers.
Good find of Ratliff by Covington, a foul.
Now, let's update you on a serious injury in New York. After undergoing wrist surgery, New York Knicks superstar Patrick Ewing will be sidelined for the rest of the season. Ewing suffered a dislocated bone in his wrist, but the club remains optimistic.
This is really going to be a great challenge for all of us, and really a defining moment for all of us in our careers and how we go forward and what type of effort we put forth. And I'm looking forward to it.
Next, we check in on a major milestone in Seattle. Dale Ellis, the NBA's all-time three-point field goal shooter, recently hit the 1,500th triple of his career.
Ellis outside, this could be it. Could be it. 1,500 three-pointers in his career.
And finally, the league announced its weekly award winner. Michael Jordan, who led Chicago to wins over the Suns, Lakers, and Nets, was named NBA Player of the Week. MJ averaged 30 points and 6 rebounds a game.
Behind the back, and the lane lays it in.
Now it's time for our viewer email. This week's question comes to us from Yuval Talmor of Ra'anana, Israel, who asks, who scored the first basket in NBA history? It was the Knicks' Ossie Sheckman, who scored the first points in 1946.
I scored the first 2 points. Simple, give and go pass. I laid it up. So it was quite a good feeling.
Ossie Sheckman's scoring helped lead New York to a 68-66 win over the Toronto Huskies. Coming up next, we'll go back into the action in the Western Conference, where the San Antonio Spurs are making a run for first place. Then we'll see why Damon Stoudemire was a real hot shot in Milwaukee.
Stoudemire penetrates and a soft touch off the glass.
NBA.com. Log on and get connected.
Now it's time for the outstanding ball handling performance of the week. Check out this coast-to-coast drive by rookie point guard Bobby Jackson of the Denver Nuggets.
Jackson leads a 3-on-4. Bobby, beautiful crossover. Best move of the night easily for the Nuggets.
Now we take you back into the action in the Western Conference with a team on the rise, the San Antonio Spurs. After falling to the 500 mark, David Robinson and the Spurs have bounced back, and they beat the Grizzlies for their 4th straight win.
Avery Johnson picks out Elliott. What a bounce pass by Avery Johnson.
Johnson tied his career high with 20 assists. 3 nights later, the Spurs hosted the Rockets, and once again, Avery was the star.
Avery Johnson out the other side.
Another key to San Antonio's recent success has been the all-around play of #1 draft pick Tim Duncan.
And they're going right into Duncan. They doubled him, so Avery Johnson's the recipient.
You're going to spin away from the double and score.
How good are you when you can do that?
A lot of times the ball was in my hands or Tim's hands, and I think now, you know, he's kind of taking control of the offense a little bit more.
Rebound to Duncan. Duncan out of trouble up the floor. Duncan all the way to the basket.
Oh, what a
play! The whole sequence is why this guy is your Rookie of the Year.
We're playing well right now. We just need to keep our focus the whole game through. Even if we get a lead, just keep pushing through.
The Timberwolves hosted the Clippers in a game that would be decided in the closing moments.
Rogers for three in the lead. Bingo! Rodney Rogers shoots the Clippers into the lead.
LA held a 3-point lead until Tom Gugliotta got the ball in the closing seconds.
13 remaining. Gugliotta for two. The one-point game. 2-point basket. 11 seconds to go. The Clippers turn it over. A chance to win the game. Marbury to the basket. No, tipped up and in. Timeout LA.
Down by one, Bill Fitch's team had one last chance for the victory.
Taylor will shoot it for the win. It won't go. He'll get the rebound. Shoot again for the win. It won't go.
With the victory, Minnesota remains in 4th place in the Midwest Division. The Utah Jazz are in 1st place, but right behind them are the Houston Rockets and San Antonio Spurs. The Vancouver Grizzlies are in 5th place, followed by the Dallas Mavericks and Denver Nuggets. Now let's get back into the action in the Pacific Division as we head to Seattle, where the Sonics have been sizzling. Owning the league's best record, Seattle looked to add to their 4-game winning streak as they faced Denver.
Ellis in the corner will raise. He got it! Inside the three-point ring, Dale Ellis off the bench with a doozy.
The Sonics simply dominated the Nuggets with the outcome never in doubt.
Deadlift blows by Jackson and lays it in. What a break. Down low, they lob it to Baker. Out to Gary for the three. And he will answer. Gary Payton comes back with a 3-ball.
It was one of them games where, you know, we knew it could be easy if we went out there and just played the way we were capable of playing.
Led by Gary Payton, Seattle looked to extend their winning streak as they hosted the Golden State Warriors.
Payton with a nice no-look flip, a bounce pass to Hawkins. Blocked by Aaron Williams. A manly block by A.W. Outside Ellis, lead pass to Payton. Steps into the lane, hops to the hole.
We're just going out. We're not worrying about who we're playing. We're trying to execute and we're trying to get better. And we're coming out every night the same way, so it's been pretty nice for us.
With their winning streak now at 6 games, the Sonics have taken over the lead in the Pacific Division. While the LA Lakers are a close second. The Phoenix Suns are in 3rd place, followed by the Portland Trail Blazers. The Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, and LA Clippers round out the division.
NBA.com. Log on and get connected.
10, 9.
Now it's time for the top 10 plays of the week in our courtside countdown. At number 10, it's the Charlotte Hornets' Matt Geiger.
Curry could only get one, but the ball's knocked into the hole. Can you believe it?
At number 9, here's Los Angeles Clippers forward Lamont Murray.
Oh, what a play by Lamont Murray. He's a double lip.
Coming in at number 8, it's great teamwork from the New York Knicks.
Ewing cutting through the paint. Outstanding ball movement, Knicks.
At 7, check out the Minnesota Timberwolves' Stephon Marbury.
Oh, great pass. Oh, baby. That was Magic Johnson right.
There is no answer right now for Stephon Marbury, either in scoring or passing the ball.
At 6, it's the San Antonio Spurs star rookie forward Tim Duncan.
Look at Duncan. Oh, what a play by Duncan.
When you have moves like that, how much better can this guy get?
Coming in at number 5, it's the New Jersey Nets small forward Kendall Gill.
The cutter. Oh, my. Brother. You want to talk about a monster finish. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
At number 4, it's the Los Angeles Lakers' Eddie Jones.
Boy, they're clearing out for Eddie Jones so far, and what a play by Eddie Jones. Just spectacular on the baseline drive, and how about the spin to bring it back through the net?
At 3, the Bulls' Michael Jordan.
Jordan, post up, Jordan, the double clutch, reverse layup, Michael Jordan, that's vintage.
At 2, here again is the Spurs rookie sensation, Tim Duncan.
Oh, it almost looked like he passed it to himself.
He did.
That was amazing. Not that he did it, but that he thought about it before he did it.
And the #1 play of the week, it's the Phoenix Suns' Danny Manning to Antonio McDyess.
Oh, McDyess, that will be on all the highlights you see for about a week. How about the blind pass from D. Manning? You won't see a better pass in your life.
That's it for this week's show. Remember, you can vote for your favorite player in this year's All-Star Game by logging on to NBA.com. I'm Jim Fagan for NBA Action. Happy holidays.
Weren't satisfied with just getting to the playoffs. You took it all the way to the NBA crown.
We just kept winning, Eric, and it was a lot of fun.
Tonight's game, a lot of defense being played by both clubs. The Heat holding Charlotte to 17 points in the second quarter and only 37 points in the half, Jack.
Well, the Heat did a terrific job. They had certain segments of the game, Eric, where the defense was suffocating. They took the Hornets out of their game, got turnovers. They translated those into fast break scores. And hopefully Pat Riley's gang can keep it up the second half.
Charlotte shot 49% in the first half with 11 turnovers. Heat shot 47% with 8 turnovers. Miami had a 5-rebound advantage at 20-15. 8 offensive rebounds for the Heat. And the Heat also coming up with 3 first-half three-pointers. But the free throw shooting, the Heat with 10 more attempts and 6 more points on your South Florida Ford halftime numbers. Illegal defense, the call against Miami. Second infraction. Rice makes the technical foul shot. Glenn Rice leading Charlotte with 11. Anthony Mason has 9 points and 6 rebounds. After that, there's really been nobody for the Hornets to do much scoring.
And the Heat has done a good job on their bench players. Del Curry, for example, has only 2 points. And the Heat have outscored their bench counterparts 13-10.
Here's Divac on the drive with the reverse dunk. Vlade Divac, 6 points.
Well, the Heat were forced into a switch that time that they don't like to make. Rice defending Divac and Mourning going out to defend Rice.
13 points in the first half for Alonzo Mourning. 9 rebounds for P.J. Brown. As Bobby Phills picks up his 3rd foul, Leonard will go to the stripe. P.J. Brown 9 boards, 5 of them on the offensive end. But Jack, we got to talk about Tim Hardaway, the Heat's leading scorer at 19 points a game. He had just 3 first half points, 1 for 4 shooting. What caused that to happen for Timmy, and what do you expect in the second half for him?
Well, first of all, Timmy, that's not uncharacteristic of Hardaway. He will just go with the flow of the game in the first half and explode in the second. I expect more point production from Hardaway and probably from Dave Wesley also.
David Wesley averages 12 points a game, and that's hard to believe. Rashawn Leonard, an 88% free throw shooter, just missed both. So the Heat are just 7 out of 14 at the foul line tonight. Lead it by 4. Mason back to Rice, a 3. Well, he's 3 of 3 from downtown Charlotte tonight.
Yeah, and well executed by the Hornets out of a screen and roll situation.
Well, they've come out to score the first 6 points here in the third quarter. And Alonzo Mourning complaining about the defense from Mason, and Mason picks up the foul. And as physically as he's played, Jack, I have a hard time believing that was his first personal tonight.
Wow, well, he's banging Zoe very hard.
Heat lead by 1. Mashburn had just 2 points, played only 8 minutes in the first half. Hardaway for 3. How about that? How about that man, Tim Hardaway? His first triple tonight, number 56 on the year. When in doubt, let Timmy air it out.
Yeah, and to be expected, Eric. Hardaway's going to come at you. And this guy will also try to answer.
David Wesley has a ricochet off. P.J. Brown with his 10th rebound. 4-point Heat lead. Hardaway feeds inside. Mash strikes on the layup. Nice setup.
Again, Tim Hardaway. Mash with the rebound. P.J. with the rebound. Mash ran the floor well.
Here's Here's Rice flipping back to Wesley, over to Mason. And it rims out. Vlade Divac with a rebound. Nice pass. Anthony Mason.
Divac has great vision of the floor.
Vlade Divac able to out-wrestle Mourning for the rebound and then assist Anthony Mason, who has 11 points. Lead is 4 for the Heat. Early moments, third quarter. Hardaway comes baseline, back to Zoe. 7 to shoot. And Zoe turns it over. Bobby Phills deflected by Leonard, and Vo comes up with a steal. Bobby Phills very quiet tonight, only 2 points. Hardaway, the crossover down the lane, not going to stop that.
Oh my! That crossover dribble, you could see it coming. We could see it coming. David Wesley couldn't.
Well, he saw it going.
And Hardaway will get you either way, coming or going.
Tim Hardaway with an increased resolve for offense here in the third quarter. Bucket would have counted. Rice fouled on the shot. And Glenn will shoot twice. Jamal Mashburn picking up his second foul. First on the Heat here in the third quarter.
Watch Hardaway. Bores right into David Wesley and clears enough space so he has an easy layup, but he's so strong and has such great body control.
Hornets are only 3 of 4 at the foul line tonight. Only as in the free throws attempted department. Jack Glenn Rice, 27 points in the 2 games against Miami, but most impressive his work in the fourth quarter of both those games when he combined to score 28 points.
He's explosive, Eric, and if he gets it going, there's virtually no stopping him.
Rice has 16 points, 6 of them here in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter. Heat lead by 4. Mash whirling in, draws a foul on Rice. And sometimes that might be your best attack on Glenn Rice. Make him work on the defensive end.
Yes, and Rice will work you hard. Watch him against Mash, who gets the ball post position, but draws the foul.
Second on Rice, second on the Hornets. And again, Mash on the back pedal. Rice poking it free. Mash resets and rolls it home. Beautiful looking jump hook for Mashburn.
Persistent.
So the Heat lead is 6. Jamal Mashburn with 6 points tonight in his return to the lineup. Mash had missed 2 straight with a sprained ankle and a case of the flu. Rice on a step back jumper for 2. And the foul.
Too good. Rice rolls off a high screen by Vlade Divac just to get room to catch the ball. See if we can see that. He has already come off Divac, gets the catch, a step back escape dribble. You see Phil, see how much room Rice has to catch, and Mash lunging at him made contact, so Rice gets the field goal and this attempt at the line.
Bobby Phills leaves the game for Charlotte. Del Curry is in, and when you have Curry and Rice in at the same time, that's a double-barreled threat.
One of Dave Cowan's favorite dishes, curried rice.
9 points here in the third quarter, which is not even 4 minutes old for Rice. He has 19 points tonight. Heat by 3. 4 minutes in, third period here in Charlotte. Zoe bottled up by Vlade. Out it comes with 4 to shoot. Leonard for 3. And the offensive, actually the defensive rebound comes to Vlade Divac. Home crowd getting involved. Better than 24,000 in attendance tonight here in Charlotte. Rice, not that time. P.J. Brown gobbles up his 11th rebound. Hardaway for Mash. Out to Leonard, wing jump shot. No. So with the rebound. Hardaway for 3.
Push off.
And out of bounds off Charlotte, so the Heat with a flurry of misses, but they'll keep possession with 7:24 to go, third quarter.
Well, Anthony Mason just thrust Rashawn Leonard right out of the way, but the Heat retain possession.
Very close game. Charlotte shooting 50%. Miami 49%. Full 24 for the Heat to work with on the shot clock. So out to Timmy. Back in the morning. Shoots over Mason for 2. 15 from Mourning now. That's his first field goal since he had 5 first quarter field goals.
So he's being physically contested by Mason. They match each other strength for strength inside.
Under 7 minutes left, third quarter. David Wesley guarded by Mash. That leaves Hardaway on Rice. Help coming. Rice missed it. Divac twice. 3 times missing on a tip. And Hardaway finally emerges with it. 5-point lead for Miami. Lob to Mash. Attacks Vlade. Zoe winds up with it, but not for long. Out of bounds. No, to Leonard for 3. And Mash with the offensive rebound. The Heat work on the offensive glass has been big.
Hornets are not a good rebounding team, and the Heat taking full advantage of it.
Timmy checks one up. Caboose. Tim Hardaway. He had 3 points in the first half. He has 7 points in the first half of the third quarter.
The Heat cannot break this game open, Eric. 7-point lead seems to persist.
Timeout here at the Coliseum in Charlotte with a score Miami 57 and the Hornets 50. Here's a word from Southwest Airlines.
250 years into the future.
Any survivors?
The world is on the edge of destruction.
Do you understand Big Trouble?
And the only way to save it
Me? Protect you. Okay.
is to find the fifth element. Bruce Willis. The Fifth Element.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
White lies.
Helmet's in the mail. I ran out of gas. You losing a little weight?
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over? I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Jim Carrey.
Make it adjust.
Whatever it takes to focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You're into the game. Get into the gear. Have you heard about Nothing But Hoops? It's the official catalog of the NBA. You can get NBA Authentics. That's the same stuff players wear. Hey, it might even help your game. Get the coolest stuff from any team, anytime, anywhere. Even WNBA stuff. What more could you ask for? For your free Nothing But Hoops catalog, call 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. I love this stuff.
Better not do it now. There's not enough time. Jeez. No fooling. Welcome back here to Charlotte. Eric Reed with Jack Ramsey. 57-50 Miami. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Shot clock evaporating on the Hornets as Wesley ducks in. And it bounces off. Alonzo Mourning holds on to the rebound. And the Heat maintain their 7-point lead. Charlotte shooting down to 45%. The Heat still at a 49% clip. And this man stepping up on the offensive end. Tim Hardaway, 7 of his 10 points right here in the third quarter. They're going to get free of Mason with 3 to shoot. He gets it off, but Vlade Divac has the rebound. The 7th board for Vlade. And Wesley's pass too far for Glenn Rice. Now, he should know his teammate better than that. Rice would rather hang out at the three-point arc than go all the way to the goal, but Wesley led him toward the basket.
Yeah. And again, the only shortcoming in Wesley's game is just that.
13 Charlotte turnovers. Whoa. And an offensive foul, late call by Steve Javy, but the illegal screen set by Alonzo Mourning. And all 3 of those fouls, Jack, on the offensive end tonight.
Yeah, and I question that one, Eric. David Wesley trying to get over the screen. Watch this. Does Zoe move? I don't think so. I think he had his position established. The fact that Wesley went to the floor influenced the official's call.
Just under 5 minutes to go here in the third. Miami leading a defensive battle 57-50. And Ted Bernhardt returns the favor for the Heat. This will be an offensive foul charged to former Tennessee State man, Anthony Mason. He picks up his third foul. Actually, his second foul on Mason. Wait a minute. Foul is on David Wesley, not Anthony Mason. And on Wesley, that's number 3. And he will take a seat. Not a good night for Wesley. His only field goal came back in the first quarter. And B.J. Armstrong will now handle the task of defending Tim Hardaway. Leonard, and another offensive foul. This one on P.J. Brown. P.J. picks up his third foul, setting the screen that freed Vachon. Steve Javy back-to-back calls on almost identical screens. 7-point lead for the Heat. 4.5 minutes left in the third. Vlade Divac on the spin, lost his footing, and they bail him out with a foul. Whoa. And that's on Mourning.
Eric, let's go back and take a look at the call against P.J. Brown. Does he move? Oh, man. Whoa.
Oh, brother, what a lob. Vlade Divac to Glenn Rice right at the rim. He caught it and dunked it in the same motion. 21 for Rice, and that foul, by the way, was on Mourning. So Zoe has picked up his 4th. And this game picking up drama. Mourning is out, Ike Austin is in, and the Heat lead is 5. Askins, a corner 3, short. And Mason with a rebound. 4 minutes left, third quarter. Hornets down 5.
Mason is going to try and one-on-one it and gets it.
And he draws a foul on P.J. Brown, number 4 on Brown. So the 2 big men for Miami, both with 4 fouls.
Let's go back and watch this backdoor cut. Glenn Rice pass right at the target. Vlade Divac, 2-hand stuffer by Rice.
Decision time for Pat Riley. He's got 2 big men with 4 fouls. 1 sits, 1 stays. Armstrong with a jumper.
He can do that.
And Pat Riley wants a timeout. And for the first time tonight, they are out of their seats here at the Charlotte Coliseum. Heat still lead it by 3. 3:42 left, third quarter in a game that is intensifying.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on direct ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on direct ticket, only on DirecTV.
Come along, join the biggest stars as they soar into the night.
We hit the stage to watch the NBA play.
On the cross for
I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Well, Heat fans, as a New Year's gift, you can guarantee your seats to see the Heat in the playoffs by purchasing the Heat's Drive to the Playoff package. Now, each package includes tickets to the Heat's final 18 home games. So that $306 figure includes 18 home games featuring opponents like the Rockets, Knicks, and Magic. You can guarantee your opportunity to purchase tickets to this year's playoffs. Plus, you'll lock in your chance to buy great Heat season tickets for next year and get yourself a priority number for the new American Airlines Arena. That's the Heat's Drive to the Playoff package. Goes on sale this Monday. Call the Heat at 305-577-HEAT. 3.5 minutes left, third quarter here in Charlotte tonight. Heat leading at 57-54. Mourning on the bench with 4 fouls. PJ in the lineup with 4 fouls, and they'll go to the free throw line. Glenn Rice caught the switch, committed the foul.
Tim Hardaway at the post always draws a second defender. And P.J. Brown did what he should do, go right to the rim and draws the foul.
Lonzo Mourning leads the Heat with 15 points. Tim Hardaway has 10 with 6 assists. And P.J. Brown 7 points and 11 rebounds tonight.
And his usual stellar defense.
Hornets led by Glenn Rice, who has 21. The Heat still 50% at the line. They've made 8. They've taken 16. And in a close game, that is costly. Heat by 4. Rice cross court for Curry. He throws up a 3, and he has missed 5 of his 6 shots now. Divac rejected. P.J. Brown with a block on Del Curry. Well, the Heat hold on to a 4-point lead with just under 3 minutes to play here in the third. Hardaway, the 3. Rims out. Anthony Mason brings it down. Heat are just 4 out of 15 from three-point land tonight. Mason on the dish for Divac. Vlade against Ike. Oh, he scooped it up nicely, but PJ there for his 12th rebound. Hardaway hands it off to Brown, and the end for P.J. Brown.
Tim Hardaway can get past B.J. Armstrong anytime he wants. And then he can create from there as he just did.
7 assists for Timmy, 9 points for P.J. Here's Rice. Oh, brother. Can't stop him. Not when he's in this kind of zone. 23 for Glenn Rice. 13 of them in this quarter.
He's really working hard to get open enough to catch and shoot, Eric.
4-point Miami lead. Minute 48 left, third quarter. A game that is sailing by quickly. Here's Ike. Steps up and fires. Way short. Del Curry with a rebound. Ike just 1 out of 6 from the field tonight. Minute 30 left, third quarter. Mason into Vlade. Out to Armstrong, open 3. That's only a 2. Steve Javy said only a 2-point field goal for B.J. Armstrong. He has 6. The Heat lead just 2. Here's Leonard against Curry. Noise is deafening, and the Hornets come up with a steal. Rice from Mason. Down the lane he comes. We're tied at 60.
The Hornets are doing a little bit of defending of their own.
Well, with Mourning out with his 4th foul, this game has swung in Charlotte's direction. Hardaway one-on-one against B.J. Oh, no! You gotta be kidding, Sean Corbin. B.J. Armstrong took a flop and got rewarded for it. Hardaway's first foul, and there was minimal contact.
Well, give B.J. Armstrong some credit here. Tim Hardaway tries his crossover move.
Yeah, maybe a good call after all. And Timmy will come out of the game for Eric Murdoch with 39 seconds left in the third. Looked on the second look at Hardaway, put his shoulder right into the chest of B.J. Armstrong. So the game is tied at 60. And that's a push on Miami on Eric Murdoch. First on Eric. And Pat Riley arguing the call with Ted Bernhardt. Fans here wanted a technical.
Let's watch the play.
And they got one.
There's the entry pass.
So Pat Riley was assessed a technical foul.
Well, that's like chalking up a point for the Charlotte Hornets, because Glenn Rice will not miss from the free throw line. Very minimal contact by Murdoch, and I don't think a push, Eric. Just he had hand contact at the low post. Rice with a little play acting drew the foul, and then the technical as well.
Glenn Rice with 25 points, 15 of them here in the third quarter. Rice is 6 of 6 at the line. As a team, the Hornets 7 of 8. Now the third quarter has belonged to G Money. This is Charlotte's first lead since late in the first quarter. 63-60 Hornets. Terry Mills, Dan Marley both in the game. Here's Ike in the post for the hook. Ike Austin bouncing home a good-looking hook shot to cut the Charlotte lead to 1.
Now the Heat need a stop. Going to run, I think, a screen and roll. B.J. Armstrong and D-Box.
They get the switch. B.J. fires over Mills, and that ends the third quarter. Well, after scoring just 17 points in the second quarter, the Hornets came to life in the third, and Glenn Rice took them there. 16 points in the third quarter for Rice, 26 on the night for the Heat's all-time scoring leader. So an adventure on our hands as we head to the fourth. Keep in mind, the Hornets have not lost when they've led through 3.
I'm a victim of child abuse. My life has been ruined because someone abused me very badly. Every day I fight to survive the flashbacks and nightmares. The effects are devastating, and for me, it's lasted my whole life. I suffer because I can't trust anyone. I want to fight back. I want people to know it's wrong to abuse children.
250 years into the future.
Any survivors?
The world is on the edge of destruction.
Do you understand Big Trouble?
And the only way to save it
Me? Protect you.
okay, is to find the fifth element. Bruce Willis. The Fifth Element.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
White lies.
Tell them it's in the mail. I ran out of gas. You losing a little weight?
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over?
I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Jim Carrey.
Like the dress?
Whatever it takes to focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
Here are your Chrysler Plymouth stats through 3 quarters. Your scoring leaders, Morning with 15. Rice had 16 in the third quarter. Charlotte shooting 46%, Miami 47%, but the Hornets lead by 1 as we start the fourth. Charlotte this year 16-0 when they've had the lead through 3 quarters. Here's Mills getting his first minutes in the post. The Hornets defense, Jack, much improved here in the second half. They held the Heat to 18 third quarter points while scoring 26.
Yes, they're playing very aggressively. And I'll tell you who's had a big hand in their surge is B.J. Armstrong, who's knocked down some open shots and drew that charge call from Tim Hardaway.
And Alonzo Mourning still on the Miami bench after picking up his 4th foul. Ike's pass intercepted. Both clubs now with 14 turnovers. Now the Heat in an adventure here in Charlotte tonight. Led by 10 twice in the second quarter, but Rice is on fire.
Yep.
28 for Glenn Rice, 18 here in the second half.
He drew a switch that put Eric Murdoch on him and just jumped right over Murdoch.
Hornets by 3, and they're playing with big confidence at the moment. And Tim Hardaway will come into the game now. But P.J. Brown, Hardaway, Zoe and Mash, and Leonard, all 5 starters, opening the fourth quarter on the bench. Now Askins will come out. Timmy comes back. 10 points tonight with 7 assists for Timmy. But he's only 4 of 10 from the field. Either going to need his offense. And on cue, Tim Hardaway.
That starts it.
Hornets were on an 11-2 run, but that Hardaway field goal cuts the lead to 1.
Rice has only sat out 3 minutes in this game.
Yeah, he's among the leaders in minutes played this year. He averages 40 minutes a night.
Oh, my.
In the post, Sean Corbin calls the foul on Dan Marley. First on Thunder, Dan. First on Miami here in the fourth quarter.
I don't understand the difference between what Marley did right there and what Mason and Mourning are doing to each other.
Ike defending Mason. Oh, what a move. And a foul. Anthony Mason now with 15 points on 7 of 9 shooting. He also has 10 rebounds. Foul is on Ike.
Well, on this play, Terry Mills has to come quicker because you know Mason's going to try and take it to the hoop. You see Mills's feet on the weak side, and he never really came at Mason. He's got to come at him.
Yeah, this is Mason's second double-double in 3 games against Miami. He's at double-figure rebounds in all 3. And Ike Austin unable to hold on. Vlade knocked it off his hands, so the Hornets get the ball back, holding on to their 3-point lead. Ike Austin tonight, 7 points, couple rebounds in 16 minutes off the bench. Rice on the drive. 30 points for Glenn Rice. His high point game against the Heat this year. He had 28 and 26 and now 30 against Miami. 5-point Charlotte lead with 10 minutes left. Here's Mills from Timmy to the goal. Missed twice. Ike going up strong. Vlade got the block. Well, the Hornets have had the answers. BJ for the runner.
Pat Riley's going to take the 20. But these Hornets are buzzing. They are swarming.
They are up 7 with 9:49 to play. And Jack, you're right. B.J. Armstrong has been a catalyst for them.
Indeed he has, Eric. That little play at the end, right there, that little runner, leaner, but he had full control of it. Great rotation on the shot. Let's take time to take a look at our Volkswagen drive of the game. It's BJ. Murdoch tried to get the charge there. BJ with the one-hander. Da.
Well, Jackson's late in the third quarter. Charlotte, taking advantage of Mourning's foul trouble, has gone off on a 17-4 run. And Pat Riley saying no time like the present. He's got Zoe and PJ at the table. They'll come in next dead ball. Hornets by 7, their biggest lead tonight. Hardaway on the post against Wesley. And that's a loose ball foul on Vlade Divac. Now it's on B.J. Armstrong. Second on B.J. And the second team foul on Charlotte as Mills and Austin go to the bench. P.J. and Zoe are back. Now time for the Heat to make their charge.
Well, at least stop the bleeding, Eric. Hornets up by a big 7 points right now.
Murdoch and Hardaway playing together, trying to free Timmy for some offense. They got him for a 3. Kaboom.
David Wesley has gone back to defending Hardaway as B.J. Armstrong and Murdoch match up against each other.
Hardaway's second triple, the Heat's 5th. Timmy has 15 points, sharing team high honors with Zoe. Hornets by 4, led by 30 from this man, Glenn Rice. Marley right there with him. Rice double clutches. It's anyway.
Wow. You can't play anyone closer than that. Glenn Rice, when he gets it going, virtually unstoppable.
In a zone, Hardaway, he's there too. Tim Hardaway back-to-back 3-pointers. So Hardaway and Rice hooked up in a little game of horse right here.
And David Wesley just shook his head after Hardaway drained that one.
3-point lead for Charlotte. Heat with 6 triples. Armstrong fanned on the shot. Murdoch with a steal. It's a 4-on-2 break with trailers. Marley all the way in. PJ on the offensive board, and he couldn't get it done.
Oh, boy. The Hornets dodged the bullet that time. Heat had a good fast break and couldn't cash in.
A squandered opportunity for the Heat with just under 8 minutes left, and Charlotte by 3. Mason against Thunder Dan. Oh, they were locked up. Rice lost it to Tinney.
Oh, what a play Hardaway.
Again, another break free from behind just pushed Alonzo Mourning, a call that went unnoticed. But P.J. Brown was fouled. This game is getting intense, emotional, and physical.
And for all of the Hornets' persistence and brilliance, the Heat still in that, as you see Hardaway dish to P.J. Brown. P.J. at the line for 2 can make this a 1-point game if he's successful.
9 points, 12 rebounds for P.J. Brown. You're right, Jack. With all the Hornets have done well, their lead at the moment is just 2. And you know the Road Warriors will play with composure down the stretch. Glenn Rice and B.J. Armstrong getting a rest. Del Curry and Corey Beck come on. Beck, a second-year man from Arkansas, a key player for Charlotte in their win at Miami in early November.
He's played some good minutes off the bench as a 2-guard backup, since B.J. Armstrong is playing in back of Wesley at the point. This guy has played very well as a defender.
Well, the Heat have come back with a 7-2 surge to cut the lead to 2. But the free throw shooting continues to hurt Miami. Just 9 out of 18. Oh, so not anywhere near enough postage for Anthony Mason. Return to sender. 4 on the shot clock left for Charlotte. Hornets by 2 points. This is Beck. He'll fire. And Alonzo Mourning holds on to only his 5th rebound of this game. 73-71 Charlotte. 7:08 to play.
He's going to try and get to Mourning at the post, and they've got him.
So against Mason. 8 to shoot.
Baseline.
Turns middle. All that contact, no call. Corey Beck with a rebound. Hornets by 2 and holding on to it with under 7 minutes left. By far the closest game of a 3 played between these two teams this year, and the most defensive oriented. Glenn Rice, though, lighting it up. 32 points. And Del Curry lost it out of bounds, but last touch by the Heat with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. And the Hornets are going to take a timeout. With 6.5 minutes left, 4th quarter here in Charlotte. Another thriller on tap as you enjoy the Miami Heat and the NBA on UPN.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You've only got a minute. It takes 2 of you to win it. Kids get on the mission. NBA 2-ball competition. Boys and girls can shoot around until the clock runs down. They're playing 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it? 2-ball. That's the sound of 2-team spirit. 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it?
NBA 2-ball coming in January.
Trail by 2, that time remaining in the 4th. Alonzo Mourning trying to get into the middle and does, but had he come baseline, he would have had it all to himself.
Welcome back to the Coliseum in Charlotte. 6.5 minutes to play in this game. Only 3 seconds on the shot clock as the Hornets inbound underneath their goal. Corey Beck sends it into Mason. Zoe playing with 4 fouls. Boy, that's an awful long 3 seconds, but it does finally elapse and turns in the Charlotte's 18th turnover of this game. Alonzo Mourning has been quieted with foul trouble and with improved defense. It's Glenn Rice that's taken over this game. 32 points for Rice, and his rest on the bench about to end.
Now you see Corey Beck defending Hardaway.
Oh, he had an open 3 but missed it. Murdoch grabs the rebound. On the offensive board tonight, the Heat with 14 offensive rebounds and a 2-rebound advantage in this tight game. Oh, Beck, he stole it from Timmy. Murdoch stole it back, and then Beck winds up with it, and we will get a jump ball. Corey Beck, a man who had 7 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and a couple of steals in that game at Miami. And Jack, he was a starter earlier this year when Bobby Phills was injured, and the Hornets were 5-0 in the games that Corey Beck started.
Now, he's a tough-minded defender. They see Tim Hardaway actually lost that ball off his own leg, but Beck was in position and pounced on it, tried to call timeout. But either the official didn't see it or didn't feel he had possession, so it's a jump ball.
Glenn Rice has checked back in. Del Curry goes to the bench, and it will be Corey Beck at 6'3".
He'll back tap it here, Eric.
In the circle with Timmy. And it does get tapped back to David Wesley with under 6 minutes left. Charlotte leads by 2. Murdoch with a deflection. Unfortunate. It went right to Divac, and then Zoe picked up his 5th foul. So 1 away from having to sit down, and all off a bad bounce.
Wow. Did this ball... There's a deflection on the play by Murdoch, and it goes right into the hands of Vlade Divac, and Divac even lost control of that shot. But 5th foul on Zoe.
What do you do if you're Pat Riley here with 5:42 left in a game you trail by 3?
I think what Pat Riley is going to do is what I would do, Eric. Leave him in.
Vlade Divac, 8 points, 8 rebounds. Charlotte leads by 3 with 5:40 left. Hornets 10 of 12 at the line, and the Heat only 9 for 18. 5.5 minutes to go. Murdoch finds Zoe. He's double. Murdoch for 3. Oh my!
Big hit by Eric Murdoch. And David Wesley, the guy he's defended the last 3 possessions, have knocked down 3-pointers.
A lot of gold at the end of that Murdoch rainbow. 7th triple tonight for Miami. They're down by only 2 with 5 minutes left. Here's Vlade. Back to Beck. 5 on the shot clock. And so grabbing it with both hands. Here comes Eric. Thunder Dan finds Timmy. At the top, a triple. Ouch! It was right there. And P.J. Brown over the back. Now P.J. joins Mourning with 5 fouls each.
Let's go back and take a look at Eric Murdoch knocking down that long 3-pointer. Nothing but net. Good setup by Dan Marley.
Eric's first points of the night. His 10th triple this season. And now they're counting that Murdoch goal as just a 2. Here's Rice, bottled up and fouled. With 4:36 left, a man you want to keep off the free throw line is Glenn Rice. That foul was on Dan Marley. Marley's second. The Heat are over the limit. Glenn Rice, 11 of 17 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3-point land, and he's made all 7 of his free throws, totaling 32 points.
Spectacular shooting performance from Glenn Rice, which shouldn't surprise anybody.
Tonight is the 6th time this year that Glenn Rice has reached the 30-point mark. When he exceeds 20, the Hornets have gone 14-4. 2 more for Glenn Rice. So Rice has 34. The Hornets lead by 4. 4.5 left. Alonzo Mourning right on target with a jump shot. 17 for Zoe.
The Hornets had switched Rice to him, and before Divac could get down to double team, Zoe had the turning jump shot through the hoop.
Well, this is playing just like we thought it would. An Eastern Conference showdown. Heat came with the best record in the East. Hornets with the 5th best record in the East. Here's Rice in the post. Only missed one. PJ tracks it down. 13 boards for Brown. Heat looking for the lead with a 3 or a tie with a 2. Hardaway for Brown underneath. It triples off. And Vlade has the rebound. His 9th. Well, the Heat had an excellent opportunity to even this game.
Mason's going to try and drive it and draw the 6th foul on PJ.
PJ and Zoe both playing with 5 fouls. Dangerous time for Miami. Mason on the miss. Mason got it back. David Wesley throws a 3 up. Not a wise decision by Wesley. Divac saves it in, but the Heat hold on. And Wesley with a full shot clock. That was an ill-advised triple. 3:10 to go. Heat down 2. Murdoch for the lead. Yes, sir, Miami!
Whoa-ho-ho! Eric Murdoch.
The man
feeling it and loving it.
Oh, the man of steel has been the real deal here down the stretch. 2 long jumpers for Murdoch, including that triple to give Miami the lead by 1 with 3:04 left and a good old-fashioned NBA thriller.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
The Heat with a 1-point lead thanks to this shot. Eric Murdoch out at the wing. That right toe just in back of the 3-point line gives the Heat the lead, but here come the Hornets.
Under 3 minutes left in a game Pat Riley's Heat hope to come from behind and win. 78-77 Miami. And that's the man the Heat have to focus on. Obviously, Glenn Rice. Dan Marley picks up the foul. That's number 3, and every time you foul now, it's free throws for Charlotte with a Heater over the limit. Here's your AT&T call to the bench. Dan Marley, Eric Murdoch, Ike Austin, and Keith Askins all contributing off the Heat bench tonight, especially Murdoch with 5 points, 4 assists, 3 boards, and playing the critical minutes here in the 4th quarter.
And playing big defense. Rice unerring at the free throw line tonight.
Jackie has 35 points, 1 away from his season high. He scored 36 earlier this year against the Los Angeles Clippers. And this is the best game Glenn has ever had at the Heat's expense. And he missed that one.
Interesting aside in this game. Both coaches electing to go with 2 point guards on the floor. Heat have Murdoch and Hardaway.
Here's PJ, the jumper, book it.
Yeah, slip the screen, PJ. It almost never fails.
PJ and Zoe both playing with 5 fouls. David Wesley sent Murdoch flying, no call. 2:23 left. Heat lead by 2. Here's BJ. Nice dish. Divac, he missed it. BJ Brown with his 15th rebound. And Riley calling a play from the sideline with 2:10 to go, and the Heat up 2.
Going to post Hardaway.
10 to shoot. Timmy creeping near the lane. 5 on the shot clock. Hardaway on the turn. Yes, sir. Tim Hardaway, 10 points in the 4th quarter, 10 of his 20. And there's your dynamic Miami duo tonight, Hardaway and Murdoch. Timeout to the Hornets, 1:55 left. And Jack, the Heat leading it 82-78.
What a battle.
A 9-1 Miami.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You've only got a minute. It takes 2 of you to win it. Kids get on the mission. The NBA 2-ball competition. Boys and girls can shoot around until the clock runs down. We're playing 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it? 2-ball. That's the sound of 2-team spirit. 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it?
NBA 2-ball coming in January.
Still going. Heat by 4, that time remaining in the 4th. Courtesy of Tim Hardaway's fadeaway jumper from the post against B.J. Armstrong.
Jack, Tim Hardaway, after the slow start, has 20 points and 10 assists.
Yep.
Heat are on a 9-1 run. Outside Rice, an open 3. With Glenn Rice, who has 35 points in the game, had that one down and it popped free. Minute 33 to go, and the Heat lead by 4. What a finish. What a ball game.
Murdoch was wide open, but Tim Hardaway was on the dribble. He's acknowledging Murdoch now.
Vlade Divac picks up his 3rd foul.
Look at Murdoch. See, Divac jumped out and committed the foul before Timmy could get a chance to reach him.
On Charlotte's next foul, the Heat will go to the line. Minute 18 to play. Heat by 4. Murdoch on the drive. Back to PJ. Long one from the top. And Divac reels it in. 4-point lead for the Heat. Curry for 3.
Del Curry. Quick draw, Del Curry.
His first triple of the game. So it's a 1-point lead for the Heat, under a minute left. Fitting that it should come down to this.
Clear the side, Hardaway.
Short, PJ hustles it down. PJ Brown with his 16th rebound of the game. Incredible effort for PJ. Gives the Heat 21 seconds left on an offensive possession with 40 seconds to go in a game Miami leads by only 1.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Time remaining when Tim Hardaway pulled up and P.J. Brown chased down that jump shot. Ball goes to Eric Murdoch. The Heat take time, and Pat Riley has to get a score here. I would look for Hardaway maybe off 2 big screeners.
Oh, he just got it in.
Yes.
Well, game on the line. Heat by 1. 14 on the shot clock. In the zone. Now Pat Riley calling Zoe's number. A brick wall and Mason. Zoe spins, and Zoe was fouled. Steve Javy making the call. Anthony Mason was like a wall of stone that Zoe kept bouncing off of. And now Zoe's not a good free throw shooter. He's going to go to the line with 2 big ones.
Yeah, and this time Zoe did take advantage of the space on the baseline, made his move, and Mason had nothing to do but foul.
26.6 seconds left. Heat by 1 on the night. Morning 3 of 6 from the free throw line. On the year, 50%.
Big free throws for Zoe.
Tells you a lot about Alonzo Mourning's character, doesn't it?
Indeed.
In the house where he began his NBA career, Keith Askins in for defense. Eric Murdoch, who played very, very well, goes to the bench. Heat by 2. They need this one. Hats off to Alonzo Mourning.
Excellent concentration, Alonzo Mourning.
Hats off to Alonzo Mourning, a man who admittedly has struggled from the free throw line last year and again this year. And Jack, on a night where the Heat were teetering at 50% from the line all night, Zoe makes the 2 biggest free throws they took all night with 26 seconds left. He's put them up by 3.
Yeah, the biggest free throws of this season for Alonzo Mourning. And that makes the Charlotte task a little tougher, because now they have to have a 3-pointer to tie. Now they have the weapons. Rice, Curry are excellent 3-point shooters, and B.J. Armstrong is not bad either. So they have the opportunities here as we see 3-point field goals.
You know, both clubs feasted in their last outings. The Heat coming up with 7 more triples tonight. The Hornets 4 out of 9. You know, last year Charlotte led the league in 3-point percentage. They came into tonight second behind only Seattle.
And set a league record last year, Eric, in their mark.
Jack, if the Heat know that Charlotte needs a 3 to tie, what does Miami try to do defensively to silence the weapons of Curry and Rice?
Force the ball inside the line and stay with the perimeter shooters, Eric. The Heat can even take a 2-point score or put somebody on the free throw line, but don't open up the avenue for the 3-point shot. And if a player gets the ball in 3-point land, make sure that he is forced inside that line. Now, Glenn Rice is a great guy for pump faking, taking one dribble in and then backing out to the 3-point area. Keith Askins will be all over him.
Now, if you've enjoyed tonight's adventure and entertainment, hope you'll be with us tomorrow night. The Heat hosting the San Antonio Spurs. Good seats still available at Miami Arena. Well, here we go. Tonight's game about to be decided. Heat by 3, 21 seconds left. This is Mason on the handle. Looking for Rice, guarded by Askins. Rice trying to unload a 3. Rice, that's a 2. Heat got a piece of it. And Divac just pushed PJ out of bounds, but the Hornets will keep it. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. 9 seconds left in the game, and the Hornets will get another opportunity.
Terrific play by Alonzo Mourning, who came off, in effect, double-teamed Rice and got a piece of that shot.
Well, now it's really going to be decided. Vlade looking to shoot a 3. He does. Air ball. Loose ball. Hardaway's ball. And it's not over. A shot clock violation on Charlotte.
All the Heat has to do is get it inbounds, Eric. Inbounds with a possession. Anybody. The clock doesn't start until the ball touches an active player on the floor.
You'd like to put it in the hands of a good free throw shooter, because if Charlotte doesn't get a steal, they're going to take a quick foul. And now Ted Bernhardt blows his whistle from the front court and walks towards Steve Javie. Now, the Hornets have only lost 3 times at home this year, to New York, Cleveland, and the Lakers. Their 12-3 record at home is tied with Miami as the second best home court record in the East. The Heat trying to come in here and win. Miami looking for a 4th consecutive win, which would equal their longest winning streak this year. But 2.6 left, and the Heat hold on to a 3-point lead. And I'm not sure what this discussion's about.
I think the Heat could take a timeout if it wished, Eric, and advance the ball to half court.
Now Miami trying to withstand the 35-point barrage from Glenn Rice, but Jack, the possession that mattered most, Keith Askins and the Heat's team defense would not allow Rice to even get a 3-pointer off.
Exactly. And the inbound pass to Divac, he just did not have room to shoot. Alonzo Mourning was right in his chest. He took a 3-pointer anyway. Watch, look at Zoe, and rises up as Divac shot the air ball, and then it's on the floor, and Keith Askins.
That's when the shot clock expired.
Yes.
Now Pat Riley's Heat. Now the Heat are 8-6 as a road team this year, and 8-6 against the Central Division. They'd like to add a win on both columns.
I think that was the discussion, Eric, whether the 24-second shot clock had expired when the Hornets got possession of the ball. The referees conferred. I'm not sure that they are not going to award the ball back to the Hornets.
Jack, I think you might be right on this. And the Hornets are going to take a 20-second timeout now. It will be Charlotte ball. Incredible, with 2.6 seconds left. Charlotte will get another chance to tie this game with a 3.
Oh, that's a lot of time, Eric, in a game like this. Plenty of time to catch, dribble, and shoot. So the Heat has to be extra careful on the 3-point shooters. And on a play like this, where the big guys, the Hornet big guys, will screen down for the perimeter shooters, guys like Rice, the Heat will switch everything so that the man coming off the screen will not be left open.
Jack, on that shot clock call, did they rule that Tim Hardaway had possession, and that's why the shot clock didn't elapse?
I don't know what they ruled, Eric. It's hard. We're not privy to the conference that the officials had there.
That could have been the only answer to it.
You're exactly right. Somebody had to have possession. And I don't think until it was Glenn Rice who eventually got the ball, the shot clock had clearly expired at that time.
Now, controversial call at best.
Time has changed to 1.6.
All right.
It's a little better, but still time for the Hornets to catch and shoot with their main guns.
Keep your eyes on Rice. He's on the low post right.
And they've got 4 3-point shooters on the floor. Got to switch everything.
Rice pops out, makes the catch, delivers a three. Overtime. One of the great three-point shooters in NBA history just delivered in the clutch. Now you know why they call him G-Money. Well, we played 48 minutes, 5 more ahead. Overtime here in Charlotte.
It starts with a whisper.
And we're going to cover the whole area
Some
today.
heed the call, but it speaks to all of us. It's about our towns, our cities, our lives. It's about what we can do for tomorrow. It's about pitching in, giving back, and getting it done. And soon that whisper will become a chorus, and its voice will be heard. We will make a difference. Volunteer to improve your community.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Unbelievable.
Look, this is incredible. That's the play. Are we going to show it or no?
Well, an incredible and dramatic turn of events here in Charlotte. Welcome back to the Coliseum. We go to overtime, tied at 84 with Dr. Jack Ramsey. I'm Eric Reed. Thanks for hanging with us a little longer. Glenn Rice hitting a three-pointer with 0.3 of a second left after the Hornets were awarded possession. And Jack, we checked with the referees at the timeout. They did rule that Hardaway had possession, therefore resulting in not a shot clock violation. Whoa. Tim Hardaway starts the overtime with the field goal. Timmy has 22 points.
Whoa. Talk about pressure shots, one after another. Rice, then Hardaway, and the Heat has a 2-point lead.
38 points for Glenn Rice, a new season high. We will show you his three that tied it in a moment. Askins commits the foul on the drive. And remember, PJ and Zoe have 5 fouls each. And here's a look at the shot that tied this game.
Eric, let's watch. The screen is set here. Rice comes out. Murdoch tries to get into the passing lane, but doesn't get to the ball. You see Murdoch trying for that pass. Rice with the catch and shoot. Tie game.
Devon's miss taken down by Mason, and he rolls it in. 17 points now for Anthony Mason. We are tied at 86. A battle royale between the Heat and the Hornets. 4 minutes left in overtime.
Heat going to go to Mourning inside if they can get him there. Hardaway's going to have to go with it.
Against David Wesley, the step back jumper. And Marley tapped it out right to Vlade Divac.
Heat were trying to get to Marley and then into Mourning, but couldn't get to Marley.
To shoot for Mason. Mace at PJ. Step back jumper. And taken down by Thunder Dan, so we are still tied.
Going to get screen and roll between Hardaway and Mourning right here.
This is Miami's first overtime game this year. 6 on the shot clock. Thunder Dan. The three bounces off to Vlade Divac. Divac now has 12 rebounds.
They're going to spread the floor and let Mason go to work. No, Dave Cowan's going to take a timeout.
Both teams hooked up. First overtime game for each. We'll see how it works out.
250 years into the future.
Any survivors?
The world is on the edge of destruction.
Do you understand big trouble?
And the only way to save it
Me? Protect you.
okay, is to find the fifth element. Bruce Willis.
Hold on!
The Fifth Element.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
White lies.
Tell them it's in the mail. I ran out of gas. You losing a little weight?
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over?
I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Jim Carrey.
Make it adjust.
Whatever it takes to focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You're into the game. Get into the gear. Have you heard about Nothing But Hoops? It's the official catalog of the NBA. You can get NBA Authentics. That's the same stuff players wear. Hey, it might even help your game. Get the coolest stuff from any team, anytime, anywhere. Even WNBA stuff. What more could you ask for? For your free Nothing But Hoops catalog, call 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. I love this stuff.
Floats in a soft one-hander. So we're tied, folks. Don't go away.
Tim Hardaway, 22 points, 10 assists. B.J. Brown, 16 rebounds, couple of blocks. Alonzo Mourning, 19 points. Charlotte led by Glenn Rice, who has 38, including the 3 that sent us here. Oh, my. Glenn Rice, an assassin right now. 40 points for Rice.
He shot that not only over Askins, but Alonzo Mourning as well.
We've seen Rice score 56 and 54 as a member of the Heat, putting on a jump shooting clinic tonight. Charlotte by 2.
He walked.
Yep. Travel on Zoe. Turnover gives it to Charlotte with 2:15 left in overtime. 88-86 Hornets. 17 turnovers on both teams. Both teams shooting 45% as this battle wages on.
Now the Hornets give it to Mason. Let the little guys work off screens on the baseline.
Rice in the post. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter what kind of D you're playing.
He's put on some shooting performance tonight, Glenn Rice.
42 for number 41. 4-point Charlotte lead. Timeout Heat.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Come along, join the biggest stars as they soar into the night.
We hit the stage to watch the NBA play. On the cross court I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
second half points for Rice. You know, in the long series history between these two clubs, and this is the 34th meeting, only the second time the Heat and Hornets have battled to overtime. First one came on December '95. The Heat won by 7 at home. But Jack, they need a score here, down 4 with 1:49 left in overtime.
They do indeed. Trying to get Hardaway at the post against Wesley.
Rice knocked it away. 10 to shoot. Here's Timmy. Out to Thunder Dan for an open three. Oh, execution was there, but the shot rimmed out.
Good look for Marley. Plenty of time in this game, but the Heat need a stopper right here.
Anxious moments for Miami. Anytime Glenn Rice touches the basketball. Rice has 42 points. Mason with 17 and 14 boards. Vlade unloads. Timeout Heat. They're growling here in the Hive. The Heat getting stung in overtime. 8 straight for Charlotte. They lead it by 6, and we'll come back for the final minute 13 of overtime right after this on UPN.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You've only got a minute. It takes 2 of you to win it. Kids get on the mission. NBA 2-ball competition. Boys and girls can shoot around until the clock runs down. We're playing 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it? 2-ball. That's the sound of 2-team spirit. 2-ball. Tell me, can you hear it?
NBA 2-ball coming in January.
Feeling like kings of the hill right now.
Oh, yeah, a lot of time left in this game, though, Eric. The Heat must have a score here.
42 points from Glenn Rice, the difference tonight, including the 3 with 3/10 of a second left in regulation, which brought us to overtime on a controversial reversal of a call. The 24-second violation, that wasn't. And we will revisit that when this one is done. Minute 10 left in OT. 8-0 Charlotte in the overtime. So, in and out. Marley took it from Rice, but a foul.
Tim Hardaway tried to penetrate and get something to the hoop. Couldn't do it. Dished it off to Mourning. Alonzo took a tough shot.
Ball game slipping away. 48 seconds left in OT. And don't forget the Heat and the Spurs tomorrow night in Miami. A tie-up Vlade, and Charlotte calls timeout with 44 seconds left here in the overtime.
Well, the Hornets still have 10 on the shot clock here. Divac got himself in trouble when nobody came to meet the ball from the weak side. Heat must get a steal here, even 10 seconds. 10 seconds. If the Hornets use all 10 seconds, the Heat then only have 34 seconds, trailing 6. Tough order. They could get a steal here, get a quick score. They'd still have a shot at this game.
Glenn Rice has 42 points, and I can't stop thinking not only about the shot he made to send it to overtime, but even more than that, the call the officials met on for a good 2 minutes and then reversed. Tim Hardaway jumped on a loose ball, and as he threw it out, the shot clock buzzed for Charlotte. And after a long conversation, Ted Bernhardt said he was the one that came up with a ruling that said that Hardaway had possession. So instead of Heat ball with 2.4 seconds left, it was Charlotte ball, side out of bounds with 1.6. And with 3/10 left, Rice nailed the triple that sent it to overtime.
Yep. And the rule is, Eric, that a team must have possession. And I did not see whether Hardaway had possession or not. I thought the ball was still loose and that the 24-second clock had expired. We'll try and get another look at that play.
Yes, if only for clarity. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Vlade on the inbounds. Vlade double teamed. This is Mason, and the Heat take a foul on Anthony Mason with 38.8 seconds left.
Good foul to take. Put Mason on the line.
Anthony Mason will go to the free throw line. 17 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists.
Mason under 60% from the line this season.
And 2 for 4 tonight, including
that could be the dagger in the heart.
Now, another thing the Heat will look back at and cringe, Miami's free throw shooting. Even though Mourning made 2 huge foul shots late in this game with 26 seconds left, the Heat 11 of 20 on the night.
Mason makes them both.
Hornets by 8. Heat with just 2 points in the overtime. And Hardaway will get a couple of free throws. So Charlotte has outscored Miami in overtime 10-2.
Hardaway on the penetration that time, feeling the body contact from Mason, put up a runner hoping that would go and have a chance for a 3-point play. Missed the shot, but he has 2.
30 seconds to go in overtime. 23 for Timmy. Haskins in, Mills to the bench. Offense defense platoon from Pat Riley.
He must have a steal after Hardaway's free throw attempt here.
Down 7. Mourning got the offensive rebound. So got fouled with 26 seconds left. Vlade Divac commits the foul. Cardinals sin there for Charlotte, allow an offensive rebound off the free throw missed. Clock is stopped. Lead is 7 for the Hornets, and Zoe will get 2. 19 points, 7 rebounds from Mourning tonight, 5 of 8 at the line. Lead pass for Armstrong with 20 seconds left, and Hardaway whacks away at BJ, who will go to the free throw line now. BJ Armstrong with 8 points in this game. These will be his first free throws of the night. BJ on the year, 13 out of 16 at the line, 81%. For the Heat, they are just 13 of 24 at the foul line. 11 missed free throws in an overtime affair.
Rice clearly the man of the hour for the Hornets, but this little guy, B.J. Armstrong, came in relief of David Wesley, who was struggling with his game, and Armstrong brought some order and incentive to his teammates. Played a very solid game and did a surprisingly strong defensive game against Tim Hardaway.
Now timeout to the Heat. Hornets in overtime have outscored the Heat 11-4, and they lead it 95-88. The heroics of Glenn Rice, who has 42 points, including the triple that sent it to overtime.
Eric, let's go back and look at that controversial call at the end of regulation. This was the play.
Shot clock at 7 right now.
Right. Vlade Divac is going to shoot an air ball, so that does not stop the shot clock. Now, does Tim Hardaway have possession?
You know what Ted Bernhardt said, Jack? On the throw out is when they decided it could not be a 24-second violation.
Okay, if he had control of the ball enough to make the pass out, then it's the proper call.
So Glenn Rice, given the second chance after the play was reversed, nailed a triple with 3/10 of a second to go. And that's what got us to overtime. And off that momentum, Jack, Charlotte never blinked in the overtime.
Now they played very effectively at both ends of the floor. They kept Hardaway from penetrating by jumping out on him as he came off screens. They congested the middle area. And except for Morning's recovery and putback on which he was fouled, they got the possessions that they needed off the glass.
That's obvious what the Heat want. The three-point band is in. Leonard, Askins, Mills, Hardaway, and Marley, all 5 can shoot triples. And with 19 seconds left in OT, down 7, the Heat need triples, and fast.
Now it's the Hornets' turn. Switch everything coming out.
Oh, Wesley with a steal. That'll do it. Wesley streaks in. Just his second field goal of this game. Check it, his 3rd. A heartbreaking game for the Heat to leave behind. Leonard bricks a 3, and that will do it. This a game that the Heat thought they had won when they were pondering their inbounds play with 2.4 seconds left. Instead, they will ponder the end of their 3-game winning streak. They will have to ride home tonight thinking that the Hornets have beaten them all 3 times they have met. And a tough task for Pat Riley's team tomorrow night with David Robinson and Tim Duncan and the rest of the San Antonio Spurs set for battle tomorrow night at the Heat's house.
And the Spurs have a battle of their own tonight with Portland on their home floor. Not an easy defeat for the Heat to accept, who felt they had this game wrapped up.
Well, it seemed that way for a moment. Armstrong gets both. 10 points off the bench for B.J. Armstrong tonight. And the Hornets will grab their 19th win, and they'll go to 3-0 against Miami. A bitter defeat here in Charlotte for the Heat. That's the NBA. A game you thought you had, you did not. And here's that prayer session led by Anthony Mason. They'll say thanks to the man above, but it was Glenn Rice who knocked in one shot after another. A season high 42 for Rice. And he, more than anybody else, will enjoy the Charlotte win.
This is a nice practice that the Hornets have. And one of the writers said to Dave Cowens, that's a nice thing you have your team do. And Cowens said, I didn't have anything to do with it. It was all Anthony Mason.
And Glenn Rice, all smiles for the man who sends Miami to defeat. Heat fall to 20-10. The Hornets are now 19-11. 99-88 Charlotte in overtime.